there was a guy at the name of Dark Child. I believe that was his name.
Okay. Um, what was like every match? I know people have to prepare for their matches and stuff like that. What you do to prepare yourself for a match?
Well, I guess really to say is just mentally, you know, really there because I don't really too much dedication to myself for a match. So it's just really, really.
Okay. Here's another question from a fan. I don't know why they came up with this question, but it's a little bit weird. But I will try to say it. Do you miss setting up the MCW ring?
Of course not. Of course not.
I take it there was probably like some problems or something like that.
Well, it was really any. So you know,
Probably just got certain reasons. I can understand that. Um, bigger than a house. So yeah, how big was the ring actually?
actually it was 20 by 20.
Yeah, that does sound like a big ring.
All the pieces was 20 by 20 as well. So
Yeah, it does sound like a big ring, so I can imagine. Like, what were other wrestling promotions that you had wrestled for besides the few of them that you named? Was there any more?
yeah, I wrestled. Actually wrestled for R&R Pro Wrestling, Rock and Roll Pro Wrestling for Rock and Roll Plus Football. Uh, I wrestled for a couple in Illinois, Real Good Wrestling, uh, Chicago All Star Wrestling. Like I said, I wrestled now. I wrestled down in North Carolina, so I wrestled for something called the Pro Wrestling, uh, North Carolina Wrestling Association, uh, AIWF, and quite a wrestling here around the Midwest. So
Yeah, it's just actually everywhere. Have you ever wrestled for NWA Wisconsin, like up north?
yes, I have worked for NWA Wisconsin.
Okay. Here's another question. Out of all the people you had worked with, who do you miss the most?
About what do I miss most? What do you mean?
Just let's see, because this is how the question was read out. It's like all people you had worked with. Like, I guess he mean like wrestler wise. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, like I said, man, it's not about who I miss because I still work with everybody. One wrestler that I enjoyed working with for a long time, and actually just seen him last night. He's been out of the ring for quite some time. Is his name is Jesus Ramirez. You I enjoyed working with him, and it was fun to see him. Last night. So, but like to answer that question, I really still work with everybody. So,
Okay. A fan want me to say like about what about Xavier Mustafa?
what they asking about it this year?
Yeah, are those one of the wrestlers you miss wrestling with the most? I guess that's what they was trying
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, really Xavier. I Xavier a lot. Still, actually, he's going to he lives down in Asheville, Tennessee. He's working for some of most of the media influencers down there in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's doing really well. And on a side note, I just actually talked to him earlier today. Just graduated from college, and I talked to him again
Okay. Here's another question. Did you ever get a chance to work with Bob? I'm gonna try to pronounce this right. Is Zilkowski?
Vodka, you see, Baby Haystack.
Yeah, yeah, Baby Haystacks.
Yes, I actually worked with Baby Haystack one time, and that was for R&R Pro Wrestling and Rock and Roll Club. So, yes.
Oh, okay. We got time for one more question. Um,
Okay.
this is gonna be coming from me. In that was Hazel question, but but my question is to you, like, how long do you think you're gonna have, like, in the long run, in the wrestling business? Like, how'd your mind feel? How long you gonna last in the wrestling business?
Really, my mind, as it seems right now, I don't have a downfall. So, really, to me, I think I'll be in the wrestling business for a long time to come. I haven't had any downfalls to make me say that, this is not going to be done or anything like that. So, me personally, I believe and hope I'll be around for a long, long time to come.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna be at Romines tomorrow for the pay-per-view?
No, I won't actually. I'll be spending time with my kids because, like I said, I'm at work on a Saturday, and because I'm taking a group of kids, that go to the school I work at, get to Chicago, we went to the museum, and now we're actually here out now before we actually drive back to Milwaukee. So,
Oh, okay. I understand that. Well, TC Washington, I appreciate you calling and thanks for this interview. And we will see you at the Fusion Show on the 8th.
all right, thank you.
No problem. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye. TC Washington, ladies and gentlemen. As we was mentioning earlier about an old friend of ours named Aaron Thomas, and what I was going to get to earlier that we have an award that's going to go in his honor that we're going to do every year starting this year. We was going to give the award out to this certain person earlier in the year, but we decided to wait to do it until now. So probably within January, the award, the Aaron Thomas Award, is going to be given out. And this award is like based on like person that everybody can get along with, and a person that's cool with everybody in the ring, out the ring, and stuff like that. It's like a person that we think has that quality and is that type of person. So within January, we will give that award out. And I think also we might give another award out early than we should. So, well, right now we'll see what happens. So, yeah, everybody's already voting for TC, but you never know. It's just something that me and a few people in WFSO got to agree on. Although there were some names that was already pulled, but we'll see. Oh, is there more to say about Aaron? Is it's a lot to say. He was just a great guy all around, and just a joy to be around. Even you see him at Buffalo Wild Wings watching a pay per view, or he came to the set, did a few shows with us, and at least had the how can I say this? Because he actually went to his first local show, which was MTW, and he always wanted to go to a local show for like a long time, and we finally got him to come with us, and it was just a joy for him to be around. And speaking of which, I do need this person to come because she's going to talk more about Aaron. So I'm going to pass it over to Hazel. And she's gonna talk more about the. Hey,
He wouldn't stand up.
I'll stand him up.
Will you stand him up? You know I don't like Cena.
Fine. She's gonna take over and she's gonna talk more about Aaron. So here she is.
My adoring fans. No, we don't chant Jerry. We chant Hazel. Come here, Robert. I don't know if you can see, but this is like the really cool, really cool shirt that DJ Bob made for our little mouse. Wrestling fans squeak out. And look, the little mousey on a little scooter. Yeah, we can see you. So that's basically what DJ Bob did for my boy. So we want to thank him. This here is Aaron. He was and still is the owner and founding member of WWE Experience. He was a brilliant friend to us, wasn't he? He was so much fun. He was larger than life, had the funniest laugh ever. His goal was actually to be a ring announcer eventually, and unfortunately, I was going to say last year, but it was actually the beginning half of this year, right before WrestleMania, he had a massive asthma attack and passed away. And yeah, he is one of WFSO Hall of Fame member, along with Bob Baby Haystacks, which is a friend of ours called Chris. It was one of his best friends, and my best friend Laurie, her husband. Um, the other person locally who is in our Hall of Fame is, I can never pronounce his name. He's the guy who wore the Chinese hat. Bulls yeah. Thank you. Bulls Nakanaka. Thank you, Chris. But it seems like this year we have lost too many really good people, wrestling wise. All the people who seem to have the biggest hearts, who wanted so much, who had so much to live for, just gone, and it hurts that they're gone. Aaron and I used to spend time on the phone of an evening along with a bunch of other friends, just chatting about ridiculous things and silly things and wrestling things, and he was always up for anything. I mean, he would come over and do shows with us here, and we went to his home as well. And he was just one of the best people you could imagine out there. He was so full of love and laughter, and and as DJ Bob said, we do lose a lot in wrestling, but we always stick together and we come through. And for those who were at Bob's memorial show, that was a prime example of how everybody just all came together, put away those stupid bickering and arguing and piss-assing around for no good reason. And we just did something that was fantastic. And that night Bob was looking down on everybody and, laughing and having a good time. And the same with Aaron. We turned WrestleMania at Buffalo Wild Wings this year into Aaron Mania, and it was brilliant. We all had the shirts on that I'm wearing, and we just took it over. There was friends of ours who were actually at WrestleMania with signs with the same picture on saying, it's Aaron Mania, not WrestleMania. And I think as long as we remember those who we've lost, like Aaron, like Bob, like all of them, as long as we remember them for the good things that they did. I mean, Aaron brought together so many people. One of my really good friends, her name is Vicky. I worked with her on Aaron's website, and since he passed away, we got close, really close friends. We write to each other, we mail each other stuff out. As sad as it is to say, because of Bob, I met a whole bunch of people who I probably would have met eventually, but never would have got to know as well as I did. And I've got to meet Laurie, Chris, Monica. God, there's just so many. Will, just loads of them, and made such good friendships. And it's because of them. And I know that they're, watching down on all of us